Hi there, welcome back Greeks and welcome to CPU.
Hello, Merry Greeks. Wow, you have survived the past 29 modules and 29 days in our class, and now we'll be in our culmination at the end of our class. And of course, we'll have one module left. But I thank you that you are able to survive in the past 29 days amidst the difficulties and challenges that we had. So, congratulations in advance. So, today, let's proceed to our final module, which is the infinitive. That is module 30 of our lessons. So, let's proceed to our knowledge and objectives. Firstly, introduce to some Greek vocabulary. So, the last words that we will learn in the subject. And of course, we will discuss the definition and origin of the infinitive. And finally, we'll identify the forms of the infinitive and bonus, we familiarize to the uses of the infinitive. So let's proceed with our vocabulary for today. The first word is anthropoktonos. Anthropoktonos. It means murder, murderer. Dexios, right or at the right hand. By the way, dexia is a hand, no? It's two hands actually, pair of hands. Next word is thaumadzo. It means I marvel or am amazed. We have theoreo, I see or watch. Theoreo. Cleo, Cleo, I shut or close. I shut or close. Next word is metabino. Metabino. I leave or move. Oki. Oki. Not or no. It is the emphatic form of O. It's a negative pronoun. You have the word Pilatos. Pilatos means Pilate. Sophia. It is wisdom. Earlier we have learned also Sophos, which is the wise. Next is splagnon, heart or affection. Of course, cardia is heart also. Next word is spadso. It means I slay or murder. We have the word tritos. It means third. Next is tuflos, blind. Tuflos, blind. And Karen, genitive, for the sake of or by reason of. Of course, charis is grace. So let's proceed to the definition and origin of the infinitive. In Greek and English, the infinitive is a verbal noun. In English, we express it with a verb preceded by to, which has no meaning except as a sign of the infinitive. Thus, we say to learn is a good thing. So in English, an infinitive is a word or a verb that is added with the word to, and it means it is an infinitive. So example is to learn is a good thing. So to learn here is the infinitive. The Greek infinitive is a verbal noun, whereas the participle is a verbal adjective. The infinitive has aspects of verb and noun and functions both ways. It has tense and voice, like a verb, but not person and mood. So it has tense and voice as well, but not person or mood. So it's not, you cannot say it's first or second or third person, nor is it a subjunctive or indicative mood, but it could be past, present, or future, aorist, or it could be middle, active, or passive. Nor it is a mood in itself. Although the infinitive is usually classified with verbs, it probably originated as a noun becoming fixed in a case, often the dative. Thus, it is not declined. So we have one infinitive for each of the different tenses. The name infinitive means that it is not a finite verb. So the finite verb makes an assertion and along with the subject can form a complete sentence. So it is finite in that the action is limited by the subject. The sentence, the child learned a lesson. The verb is limited as to who learned by the word child. So it is limited as to who learned. So the child is the one who learned. A non-finite verb, like an infinitive, is not limited by a subject and usually cannot express a complete thought, whether in a clause or a sentence. So it's not a complete thought. The exception to this is seen in our lesson. But where a noun is in accusative case functions as a subject of the infinitive. The infinitive appears in four tenses. We have the present, the future, aorist, and the perfect tense. The forms of the present active, it could be present active, middle, or passive. And in the present, it could be based from the present stem of the verb. In the case of the future and middle, it is based on the future stem as well. Very few future infinitives appear in the New Testament. The aorist active and middle are built on the aorist stem omitting the augment. So remember, in the aorist, there is no augment. The perfect active, middle, and passive are based on the perfect stem, including the reduplication. As with other forms of the verb, the aorist passive and the future passive use the sign of those tenses. You have they for the aorist and theis for the future passive. Since the infinitive is declined and has no person or number, there are very few forms. The endings are usually predictable as seen below. So let's proceed to the present infinitive of luo. So we have three moods there, the active, the middle, and the passive. For the active, it is luain. So remember, ain is the active infinitive. For the middle, it is luestai. And for the passive, it is still the same, luestai. So as we can see, in the middle and passive, sometimes it is the same, but it depends upon the context of what the meaning will be. So let's read the present infinitive of luo. Luain, luestai, luestai. Let's proceed to the future infinitive of luo. The active, all you need to do is add sigma to the present stem. The active is lusain. For the middle, it is lucestai. And for the passive, we add the theis ending or connecting. So it becomes luteisestai. So let's read the infinitive. Lusain, lucestai, luteisestai. Very good. Let's proceed to the first aorist indicative infinitive of luo. In the first aorist, it becomes lucai. So we have the I ending. Of course, in the aorist, we do not add the augment in the case of infinitives. The middle is lusastai. And the passive is luthanai. So let's read the first aorist infinitive is of luo, lusai, lusastai, and luthanai. And the second aorist infinitive of lepo. So as you can see, luo is in the first aorist and lepo is in the second aorist. What is the second aorist of lepo? It is elipon. So what you can see, the stem is lip, but in the aorist infinitive, we do not add the augment. So the augment epsilon was dropped and you add the endings. So now active it is lipain, middle is lepestai, and passive lipenai. So let's read again the second aorist infinitive of lepo, lipain, lepestai, lipenai. And let's proceed to the perfect infinitive of luo. Of course, in a perfect, we reduplicate the first letter. So the first letter is lambda, it is there, and we add the epsilon as the connecting vowel and add the endings. So in activities, lelokenai. The middle is lelustai. And the passive is the same, lelustai. So let's read once more. Lelokenai, lelustai, lelustai. So there you have it, the perfect infinitive of luo. Let's proceed to the use of the infinitive. Tense is the infinitive. In the infinitive has to do primarily with kind of action rather than time. There are three kinds of action expressed. We have the progressive. It pertains to present and future. We have the undefined, which is the aorist, of course, from aoristos. And we have the perfected, which is the perfect tense. Only when the infinitive appears with a subject accusative and has the trust of a finite verb does time enter into consideration. An example of this is John 21:25. Let's read. Ode, auton, ton kosmon, kuresein. So we have here kuresein, which is the future active infinitive. It means the world itself could not contain. So could not contain. So that is the future implication of the word. Okay, so let's proceed. So the infinitive as a verb. Its character as a verb, the infinitive has voice and tense. Usage as a verb, the infinitive may take an object, may function as if it were a finite verb and with a subject accusative, and may be used adverbally. Second, under it, the infinitive taking an object. Let's read the example. Me nomisete hoti elton katalusai ton nomon. It means, do not think that I came to destroy the law in Matthew 5:17. The phrase katalusai ton nomon, which is the equivalent of a clause, also express the purpose of the verb. So let's proceed to the infinitive as a finite verb with a subject accusative. Let's read. Kai egeneto, husei nekros, hostet tos polos, ligain hoti apetanen. It means as he became as a dead, and he became as a dead person, so that many said he died. Mark 9:26. Although the infinitive is not a finite verb, in this clause it functions as one. So it functions as one. So ligain. This construction often occurs in the New Testament, where the substantive will always be in accusative and functions as the subject, and the infinitive as a finite verb. It is referred to as subject accusative or the accusative of reference. This sentence also illustrates how Greek writers use the infinitive to express result. So a subject accusative or accusative of reference to express result. An infinitive used adverbially. Let's read the example. Kure katabeti pren apotanin topai dion mo. It means, Lord, come down before my child dies. So apotanin here is the infinitive. It functions adverbially, prin apotanein, topaidion mo. It's a subject, accusative with the infinitive, answering the question, when. Next, and the infinitive as a noun. The character, originally it was inflected as a noun, but it became fixed in one case and is now undeclinable. The usage, Infinitive can function any way the noun does. Firstly, as subject of a finite verb. Example, ok homon estin, nonai, chronos, a kairos. It means to know the times and seasons is not yours. It is found in Acts 1:7. So that is as a finite verb. Second, as a direct object of the verb. Let's read the example. Kai palin, erxato didaskein, paratein talasan. So we have here didaskein as our infinitive. It means, and again, he began to teach beside the sea in Mark 4:1. So the direct object of a verb, erxato. Next, as a secondary object of the verb. Example, ekosoi ti apin means I have something to say to you. Of course, the verb is echo. The secondary object is that of apin, to say. That is found in Luke 7:40. Also as an appositional substantive. Let's read the example. Okay, so Tres kea katara haute estin episkeptestai arpanos kai keras. It means pure religion is this, to care for orphans and widows. So we have here the episkeptestai. So in that case, it serves as an appositional substantive that is found in James 1:27. It also serves as a modifier of a substantive. So example of an infinitive modifying a noun, let's read Elten, ho kairos, to necron, kritenai. So it means the time for the dead to be judged has come. So we have kritenai here as the infinitive, to be judged. It's found in Revelation 11:18. And of course, as a modifier of an adjective. Example of an infinite modifying an adjective. Let's read the sentence. Tos and doname, theo, pro Romenos, dia pestios, esoterian, etoimein, apocalypstenai, and Cairo eschato. So it means who are being kept by the power of God through faith for salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time. So that is the modifier of an adjective. It's found in 1 Peter 1:5. Also, an infinitive with the article. The infinitive appears with or without the article. When the article is present, it will always be neuter singular, and the article's case will match the function of the infinitive in the sentence. The article will usually accompany the infinitive when it is combined with a preposition. The presence of the article stands as evidence of the infinitive as a noun. Whether or not the infinitive as an article seems to have no effect on its use or translation. So there you have it, our lesson on the infinitives. Don't forget to answer your final assignment. So you produce the various infinitive forms of words Lego and blepo. By the way, these words are in the second aorist. So just blank, never mind the first aorist infinitive because it does not apply to that case. So that's all for now. And I want to thank you once again for being dedicated in our class, Greek 101. So God bless you, and see you in the finals. And of course, see you after the pandemic ends. The Lord bless you and keep you. God bless, Greeks. Evcharisto.